Hello, my beautiful people. Hello, my dear fashionistas. You're all welcome to this live. Today we are going to be learning how to draft an armhole princess bustier. Armhole princess bustier. So I'm going to begin right away. So the measurements we are going to be needing here are our shoulder measurements, shoulder to bust, shoulder to under bust, shoulder to waist, and then we are going to be needing our round bust measurement, round waist measurement, and round under bust measurement. So I'll begin by, I'm using the end of this paper as the shoulder line. So from the shoulder, I'm going to measure my shoulder to bust measurement, which is 10 inches. My shoulder to under bust is 13 inches. And the shoulder to waist measurement is 16 inches. So I'm going to use a bold marker. These are the points. So I'm going to come to the end of the paper here and mark the same thing. 10 inches, 13 inches, and 16 inches. So I'm going to link these lines with a straight ruler. So our measurements are going to end at the waistline, because for this particular style, the down part is a flare. So from waist down is a flare. So our bustier will end at the waistline. So the next thing I'll do is to place my shoulder measurement, which is 16, divided by 2 gives me 8 inches. 8 inches. To get my armhole, I'm using the armhole for this style is 8 inches. But before drawing the armhole, I'm going to mark the shoulder slope of 1 inch. And from that 1 inch, I'll measure 8 inches, which is my shoulder line. And I'll draw a straight line. To get your perfect armhole, you can use your bust measurement, that is bust divided by 6 plus 1.5. That will give you your perfect armhole measurement. I will come now to the neckline and measure my basic neckline of 3 by 3 inches. And I'm going to use my neckline curve to draw the neckline. So I can now slant my shoulder from this neckline. So that is it. I will come at the center of my armhole. Remember, the armhole was 8 inches. So the midpoint here is 4 inches. And at this 4 inches, I'm going to place my across front measurements. Across front or across chest. So here we are having 14. When we divide it by 2, it gives us 7 inches. So we have 7 inches here. And at this angle 90 here, I'll move outward by 3/4 of an inch, and I'm going to link from this point to this one and to this one. But before linking, we are going to see where our bust measurement ends here. So I'm going to divide the bust and I'll place the measurement. So our bust here is 43, which is 10 and 3/4. So I'm going to place the measurement here and I will mark. So I'm going to use my curve and I will link it. So the next thing we are going to do is to put our bust span measurements of 4 inches. That's the nipple to nipple measurement. And from this point, we are taking it right up to the mid of the armhole. On the armhole curve, we are moving up by 1 inch and downward by 1 inch. And on this bust point, we go up by ½ inch and we come down by ½ inch. So we are going to link the points. So now to the under bust, we are taking out 2 inches for the under bust. So I'm going to take out 1 1/4 on this side and 3/4 on this side, and the same thing for the waist dart. And we link it up. So to make sure the bust is completely round, we use a round curve to smoothen it out. So from here, we can now place our bust measurements, which is 10.75, under bust measurement 10 inches plus 2, waist measurement 10 1/4 plus 2 inches. So this is the front part of this bustier. So before moving to the back part, we are going to extend this line upwards, and the same measurement we have here, 2 inches, we are going to go up by 2 inches, and we'll create a new armhole. So for the back parts, we begin by placing the shoulder measurements 8 inches, 8 inches. Shoulder slope here is 1 inch, and from there I'll measure 8 inches for the armhole. For the neckline as well, I'm going to be using 3 inches for neck width, and neck depth I'm using 2 inches. I'll come in with my curve, and I'll draw my shoulder slope. So for the back, that I'm also going to use my bust span measurement or nipple to nipple measurement, which is 4 inches. I'm going to connect the points. For the length of the back dart, I'm using 7 inches. And on each side of the dart, I'm taking half an inch. Now connect it back to the dart leg. To contour the center back, I'm going in from the center back by half an inch, and I will connect it back to the original line, like so. So all our measurements now begin from this line. So I'll begin by putting in my back waist measurements, which is 10 inches. So the 10 inches begins from this point. So we have the mark here, and we are going to add this 1 inch dart. So I'm adding plus 1 inch. For the bust measurements, for the back, we don't need this under bust measurement. For the back bust, I'm using 10 and 3/4, beginning from this line. So we have it here, and we are going to replace this small dart here as well. So I'm going to be adding 1/4 of an inch, and then we are going to connect the points. For the back armhole, I'm going to measure the 8 inches, divide it by 2 to have the mid of the armhole. And on this point, I'm going to be placing my back across back measurement, which is 14 inches divided by 2 gives me 7. And on this angle 90, I'll go out by 3/4 of an inch, and I'll link this point to this one, to this one, and to this point. So from this new line here, we are going to be measuring our zipper allowance of 1 inch from the new line, 1 inch, and here we have 1 inch. So we are going to link it up with the straight ruler. So this is the back, this is the zipper allowance. So I always draw my direction of the shoulder, and for this front part, this is it. So here we have our bust line, under bust line, and waist line. So this is basically our bustier, our armhole princess bustier. And from this you can now alter the neck in any way you wish. So for this particular dress, I want to use 5 inches for the neckline and 3.5. So I'm going to redraw my new neckline. So for the back part, I'm going to increase it also to 3.5, and I'll come down by 4 inches. So this one is cancelled. So to level it, this is the center front, this is the side front, and this is the back part. So we can now go ahead and cut. And while sewing, we have to add our sewing allowances all round. So these are the parts. You can now go ahead and place it on fabric, add all the necessary sewing allowances and cut.